What'd you say you sent me back?
About $350 later, we got some hoses and 3 filters.
Just for future reference, that's not the kind of information I want.
Yeah. It's a lot.
All right, well, $555 worth of filters.
It's not even 11 o'clock yet.
And we say $250?
$350.
$350 worth of
hose.
3-foot hose and fittings.
Yeah.
These things ain't cheap to run. Pretty scared that the easy part was taking it off.
You think so?
Well, if you get both started in that
Top one. There it should be. Where's it? That's about
Alright, the O-ring is in the fitting.
on both of them, yeah.
Actually, tell you what, the easiest way to do that, we'll slide this hose out, and you'll go ahead and get the bolts on the hardest fitting started, and then we can slide the fitting in there.
Put them both on top and clamp it on, pretty much.
Now, is that side the hardest side, or is the other side the hardest side?
I don't know.
Well, you go ahead and put that side in, because I don't know if we can slide it in the other way, because you got interference in the other hose.
Actually, I'm going to try and use both clamps.
You can't do that. It won't go in that way. You can only put one side on.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead and get your other bolt in, and then finger tight, or finger get it almost all the way, and it'll hold the hose in there pretty good. Yeah, that other hose bracket right in the way.
Yeah.
Can't hardly touch it. Oh, twist it.
I think they're both in there good now.
All right.
Finally. They know hydraulic deodorant on now.
I love hydraulic oil. Now you gotta be quick about this one so we don't lose too much. Oh, I think he made this in just a hair too long. I think she might be tight. We'll know when we move it.
You think that one is for your lift, or for it's a drive?
No, that drives the wheel motors. All right, Andy, got the cotton picker out of the way. We got a couple last things to do on this. We need to change the oil in these hubs right here. And it's kind of hard with these brackets on here, but you got a fill plug that's top, and then you got one that you take out to fill the oil, that you fill the level up to, and then here's your oil drain. So we need to back the sprayer up, get this one on the very bottom, and this will be about halfway up on the side, and then we can fill it in through the top. Hop up there and back it up, and I'll holler when to stop. Oh! All right, oil drain. This one's gonna be our oil level, and that's the one we gotta fill it up in. That one right there. I'm gonna have to get a wrench to break that loose. Zach put them in. Well, they're still nice and clear.
Yeah.
All right, one. God bless. Well, crap. All right, I'm gonna pour it till it starts coming out that middle hole there. Should take, I think, 1.6 quarts, I think. It's really critical we do this every year because these hubs get hot, and we have to run this synthetic in here, otherwise the oil just doesn't hold up. And I mean, we have had one of these planetaries go out, and talking about some big bucks to fix.
Oh, I bet there's a lot of.
I want to say it's around $9,000.
Good Lord.
So, well, we definitely replace these every year. All right, we should be getting close. All right, yep, it just started coming out. All right, got another chicken litter truck pulled out and got all the fluids and filters changed on the sprayer. Got it greased. Only thing left to do is let our fertilizer tips on in the morning, and she'll be ready to stream a little nitrogen on the wheat here pretty shortly. All right, time to button this sprayer up. All we got left to do is put our fertilizer tips on it. Yes, we got what looks like two kinds of tips in there. No, we're not putting both kinds on there. These T-Jet 7-way tips is what we're going to be putting on there, the white high pros. That's what we use on our second pass of nitrogen. So pretty simple. Yes, we do run strainers in there to keep from plugging up the nozzles. I know it's recommended to not run strainers, but we found we've had better luck when we run strainers in them, and then see which way the holes are and put them on there to where when we twist them on, the holes are pointing towards the rear instead of the front. Don't ask me how I figured that out one year. Your fuel should be here hopefully around 9:30 so you can get back on hauling things. So go ahead and get this oil drained. Oil filter right here. You got a crescent wrench there?
No, I just.
Okay. Make sure you weren't using a crescent wrench on there. Don't want to risk rounding off that plug.
Alright, it's got
an Allen wrench, or is it a square? If it's square here on the side, just stick the end of that 1/2-inch pull handle in there. That's what it'll do.
No, it is an Allen wrench. It's got.
Let me see if I can find one. Right there.
Like a size and a half smaller, pretty much.
Yeah, it's the next size smallest we got.
Too small. I mean,
I don't know what I got in between. I got one that fits on a ratchet somewhere. Alright, we couldn't find the hex driver that we had for that, so I went and bought a set. $168 later, got a real nice set. Got both metric and standard, all the way from 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch. So if these get lost, I'm gonna be upset. Wait, did we empty yet?
almost. It's barely coming out.
Alright, I'll get the forklift and get the service truck moved, and we'll get another drum in here.
Just goes on this lift, right?
Yeah, we gotta turn it over on its side. try and get the spout where it'll be pointing straight down. And then yeah, the hooks will just grapple it up right, both ends there. Just put it up there and I'll help guide you. All right, you're on the stud. All right, got to change the oil on the little pump motor too. Trying to do this without making a mess. And I'm still gonna make somewhat of a mess. That blast, they always talk the wrong time. Hello.
Hey Matt, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good.
Good. Getting loaded up right now. We should go into that same field we were in yesterday.
I reckon so. I really don't think it's going to be much better where y'all dumped the first day.
Okay. That'll work. I don't know. I hadn't looked at the weather recently. It looks like we'll probably only get this one load in. Might get lucky and get two, but we'll see how the weather holds out.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we just got a little sprinkle here, but I don't know. I think sometime after lunch is really when it's supposed to come in.
Right. Well, that'll work. Well, I'll head for that field, and we'll play it by ear from there.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and fill it a little over because, like I said, we got a big filter. It'll probably hold 2 quarts itself. All right. Now we got the oil changed, all the filters changed. We got to get up underneath and grease all the greasing points. And I need to show you how to adjust the brakes on them. All right, last thing we gotta do is adjust the brakes. And if you never adjusted semi-air brakes before, I've seen 2 different styles, and this has got the style that I don't prefer. Anyway, you got a locking tab right here. Stick a screwdriver in, twist it, pop it out. Then you got your adjusting nut here on the bottom. And you actually loosen it to set the brakes. So anyway, we turn it until we feel the brake pad set down, and then we'll back off a half of a turn. And then we'll release the locking tab up there, which these didn't require very much adjustment at all. They were pretty good shape. Oil change checked, filters change checked, greased, checked. Brakes adjusted, check. I think we're ready to put down some fertilizer. Oh yeah, I got to put the new tags on there. I got them up there in the office. All right, everybody wants an update on the fingers. Still got bandages on for a little while longer, but
3 more months.
they're coming along, slowly but surely.
Yeah. 3 more months of expensive therapy.
Ladies, start your engine. All right, get my tools cleaned up. Get the oil cleaned up off the floor. This job will be done. Well, all that's left to do is get our fertilizer here, and all we gotta do is load up, go to the field. Probably gonna be looking at doing that probably late next week. Hopefully we'll get a dry spell to do it. All right, y'all been following us for a while. We got a piece of equipment here that will be no stranger to y'all. The old GMC. This has been my running around truck for a long time. I think I bought it somewhere around 2008, 2009. I actually have two trucks. I've got my blue Ford F-250, the one that got stole, my 3/4 ton truck. I bought that one brand spanking new in 2006. Actually ordered it, and anyway, it was too big of a truck and too expensive to drive and maintain for it to be a daily driver. So decided to use it primarily for our big truck duties, you know, towing, stuff like that. And decided to get a smaller, cheaper vehicle for all our running around needs here on the farm. And anyway, my sister found this, like I said, 2007, 2008. It's a 2005 GMC Sierra. And anyway, been a fantastic vehicle for me for years. The cheapest piece of equipment I've ever owned. Got 4.3 liter V6 in it and got great gas mileage, 2-wheel drive, not a whole lot of bells and whistles, no power windows, no power door locks. I think about the only option that it had that was available in 2005 was an automatic transmission. Anyway, I think I spent a total of probably less than $500 in repairing this vehicle in all the years that I've owned it. But anyway, Carter is about to turn 15 this summer, looking to get his hardship license, and he's kind of been pestering me about buying this vehicle because it's very cheap. It's not worth a whole lot of money, so it'd be cheap for him to buy. Very reliable, know the history. Is it pretty to look at? No, not even close. But it's reasonably comfortable, and it's a truck, which, you know, a lot of teenage kids won't, and it would be a great starter vehicle for them. So otherwise, I'd probably just be thinking about driving this thing until the wheels fall off. So anyway, my plan was this past year was that I was going to replace both this truck and my F-250. But then we bought a baler picker, so kind of threw that out because a big chunk of my money went to buy the baler picker and the module handler that went with it too. Carter's still going to need a truck. He still says he wants to buy this one. So anyway, this weekend I did a thing. That's right, I went and bought a truck to replace that one. And there she is. 2021 Dodge Ram 1500. Got the 5.7 liter Hemi in it, 4-wheel drive, which will definitely be nice. No more spinning out on wet grass like I do with the GMC. Even though I've never had the GMC truck, you give enough RPMs, it'll go. Definitely a huge upgrade from the GMC, but you know what? I'm 43 years old in life. I wanted something a little bit nicer, something that I'd like looking at, that I would like driving anymore. So decided to bite the bullet on this one. I looked at quite a few trucks, been looking quite a few trucks online, and this one originally caught my eye, which not really that many trucks catch my eyes. I'm just not a huge fan of truck styles nowadays, but this one did catch my eye. Pretty black color, got just enough chrome to kind of break up all the black. You know, I'm not a big fan of completely blacked out trucks, and this one's got enough chrome to break it up. It does have a lift kit on it, and does have aftermarket wheels and tires, which the dealer actually did all that. So it's not like it was owned by some teenager and they did all that and went mudding in it. The underside of it's completely clean, never been off the pavement. But the thing about this truck is that it was a tad more expensive than other trucks that I was looking at in the same year model range, say 2018 to 2021. But this truck only had 11,000 miles on it, whereas the others I was looking at that was maybe, you know, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 cheaper had anywhere from 40 to 70,000 miles on it. So with the amount of miles that I put on a vehicle in a year, I don't do a whole lot of driving, just to and from town. You know, I put somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 12,000 miles on a truck in a year. You know, that extra 40, 50,000 miles that we saved by this truck not having on it will help it last that much longer into the future. So anyway, I slept on it overnight and then really tried to convince myself to get something different the next day. But every truck I looked at, I came back and looked at this one a little bit closer online. but it's a Bighorn edition, so it's definitely not one of the fancy trim levels. But with trucks nowadays, I mean, the amount of options you get on close to a base trim is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this truck had everything on it that I wanted it and didn't have anything on it that I didn't need. So anyway, I put a few miles on it this weekend. Came down and ceramic waxed it. He'll definitely be having a ceramic coating put on it in the next year or so. And I'm liking this truck even more. I never thought I'd pay that much for a truck. It's what I paid for it. But tell you what, these vehicles, equipment, just about everything has just gotten absolutely stupid, ridiculous. I mean, heck, trucks with, 4 or 5 years old, 100,000 plus miles. I mean, those are going in the low to mid 30s for a half-ton truck. You get in a 3/4 ton truck, it's absolutely stupid. But anyway, there's a couple things I'm gonna do to it. One thing I already done to it, I already put LEDs in the headlights. Got some more stuff on the way. Gonna have some running boards in there because even me at 6'2", I gotta pull myself up in there. So gonna have some nice running boards on it. Gonna have some nice rubber floor mats. The one thing that I wish this truck did have, heck, I wish every truck came with it, is vinyl floorboards. But it's almost impossible to find a truck with vinyl floorboards now. I don't need carpet. I don't want carpet in the truck. But anyway, gonna have some nice thick rubber floor mats coming. Going to also get some seat covers so when we're nasty, we're not going to get the cloth all nasty. I really wouldn't mind having leather, not because I like the feel of leather, but just because you're not going to stain it like you are cloth. But we'll get some seat covers, take care of that. It came from the factory with a spray-in bed liner, so not going to have to do that. Kind of debating on putting a bed cover on here. I guess the one thing that I don't like about this truck, but it's pretty much all trucks in general now, is when you get crew cabs, you're really sacrificing a lot of bed space. My GMC out there got an 8-foot bed on it. You can haul a lot of stuff around with it. So having to give up some bed space, but we're not going to have to ride 3 wide going to the field in this one though. Also got to get some hitches ordered. Going to get some solid steel hitches. Probably going to have to get about a 6-inch drop. I got to do some measuring. Oh, and one last thing I put on here. It's got the trailer towing package, but it does not have a trailer brake controller. How do you order a trailer brake package on the truck and not get the controller? It's only like a couple $100 option. So got to put a trailer brake controller on here. Ultimately, I don't plan on doing a lot of towing with this one. It's definitely a lot more capable of towing than what the GMC was. So I want to be able to hook up to my 20-foot trailer that's got electric brakes on it without any worries. So yeah, anyway, out with the old, in with the new. This Dodge right here is only the 5th vehicle I've owned in my 43 years. Started out with a car in high school, then went to a little Mazda pickup truck about halfway through college. Graduated college, Dad passed away, took over the farm. I got the blue Ford F-250, which I still have. Then got this one, my running around truck. So the old Dodge makes number 5, and it's the first Dodge to show up on our farm. But I like it. I think I'm gonna like it for a lot of years. Anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next one.